All right. How we doing? How we doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. Oh, let me get my ass straight in the chair here. Oh, there goes the algorithm monetization. I said ass in the first 10 seconds. I said it again. All right. How's everybody doing? So it says, hey, buddy, coming from a college. You're at from a college classroom with no power. Jeez. Any comments on the Dolphins of Bill Manis? Yeah, he scored a game winner last night, right? Let's get the hat straight. Okay, there we go. Spencer Knight looked good. That's what I took from last night, right? I think that's what we all wanted to see. So he looks good. He looks good. You can only tell so much when you got so many kids on the ice and everything like that. But I guess Saturday we'll see the real lineup as close to it as we can, and then we'll go from there. It's we're getting close, thankfully. Hey, Metal, how you doing? Now, for those of you who watch on a regular basis, I won't have a show tomorrow. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Colin and I have been waiting to do the dog's grave site for it to stop raining. And we had like 10 straight days, basically. Finally stopped raining today. So we're going to start working on that today. And then we'll be working on that until tomorrow. We got to go get some. He wants to put in tulip bulbs and everything. So tomorrow's day is shot because it's supposed to be sunny. It's first full day of sun we've had in a while. So we will not have a show tomorrow. Hey, Hungry Xenomorph, how you doing, bud? How about Cooch's little temper tantrum? And before I forget, as soon as this podcast is over, I completely lost my train of thought. But as soon as this podcast is over, well, you're already watching it. The 24-25 NHL season preview that I did that took me a little bit extra time. It's not short. It's like a half hour long. So that is scheduled to come out. It's already ready and done. So as soon as we're done here, like 15 minutes after that, that'll be out. You guys that have watched the Panthers season preview, you already know what I kind of thought, what I was thinking. I go into a little bit more in depth with that. And so that's that. And then I guess Monday we'll start having regular, daily content. I mean, not that the podcast isn't already daily content, but you get my drift. And then I said Tuesday's opening night. Oh, Monday is the ring ceremony. Does anybody know? I know you guys can go to that. Does anybody know if that's going to be his hat? Does anybody know if the ring ceremony is going to be broadcast at all, even streamed? I kind of wanted to see that, but obviously I can't. Colin, yeah, we here and got 2 points. Hey, JC, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So we're just at that point. It's for me it took so long, right? It's been such a long summer, but then now that once training camp started and you start seeing when the regular season is going to start, it's like now it feels like it's dragging on for forever and ever and ever. And it don't help that the weather really we haven't shifted much to fall. It's like going to be 75, 77 tomorrow. And that's like a full 10 degrees too warm. So we don't actually hit our fall weather actually until next Tuesday, till opening day. We should be in the upper 60s by now. Yeah, Spencer Knight had a good game yesterday. Yeah, that was good to see. I didn't see all of the game. I saw pieces. I saw a little. I fell asleep. I put it on the laptop and I sat in the chair and I was in front of the laptop for the entire length of the game. How much of it included with my eyes being open, that's debatable. that is very, very highly debatable, right? You know how when you just like this and you go like that and like 12 minutes have gone by? Like the same thing happened one of the other games. I was watching the game and it was the intermission. I think it was between the second and third period. and I'm watching the intermission show, and there was like 5 minutes to puck drop, and next thing I know, there was 8 minutes left in the third period. It's preseason. Did Kyle watch? No. Kyle, honestly, he's been up listing at night with the eBay, and then he's been watching the baseball playoffs a little bit. So that's what he's been doing. Tyler says, I'm worried about Schmidt. He looks slow still. We'll see. I'm not going to worry about it until there's really something to worry. I don't disagree with you. But what's his role going to be, right? Like, if he's just going to be defenseman number 6 and he just has to sit back and, be behind the blue line and just play defense, that probably can work, right? So we'll have to see. A lot of it's going to depend on, I don't know exactly how they're going to lay it out, but if they go Mikula Kulikov in the second pair, Mikula can be the offensive guy. Kulikov can sit back. If you're going to go Boquist, Schmidt on the third pair, obviously Boquist would be more of the guy that would move up, and Schmidt would stay back. So I don't disagree with you, but I won't worry about it until there's actually something to worry about. You know what I mean? He's not tall. He's husky. He's, as they say, he looks thick. Is who cheering for? I know he hates the Astros. I don't even know if they made it. He tells me I'll be cooking my dinner, and so I'll be cooking a meal, and I got 2 things going on the stove, and I'll be washing dishes, and he'll come up and start talking to me about the baseball, and I catch pieces. Of it, but I don't catch the entire thing. Charles says Jaws Barkov became a 94 overall, and Bobrovsky became a 90 overall in the new NHL 25 games. Do I think those ratings are deserved? Charles, I'm going to be completely honest with you, brother. I'm the wrong person to ask there. I haven't played anything PlayStation on even a once a week basis since about NHL 12 or 13. I can't do, my eyes just won't let me do video games. So I haven't played anything that way. I can't even stand there and watch Kyle and Matthias play, unfortunately. Vincent says, wow, you really don't disagree much these days. I mean, what's there to disagree about? Right? Like, I did all my bitching the first 4 or 5 years, right? It's kind of like life is good. We're the champs. You know what I mean? It's like life is good. We're the champs. Also, my girlfriend moves out, which means that instead of coming in here 50% of the time after having a fight, I just chilling. Doing my own thing. Kyle's asleep. No dogs to play with, but it's pretty peaceful. It's pretty peaceful. So I'm usually in a pretty good mood. Saying that stream is getting choppy on your end. Let me know if anybody else Astros got swept. That'll make Kyle healthy. Healthy? What did I say? Happy. What was I reading that I think I was reading Vil Manis, and I took the L and called it healthy instead of happy or healthy, whatever the hell I was saying. Yeah, let me know if the stream got any issues. I'm not getting any warning now on my end, so just let me know. All right, got choppy for a second. It's better now. Let me see. I says, GoFundMe to get Jaws some glasses so I can play some video games. Man, it's actually worse with the glass. It's the vertigo. It's the vertigo, unfortunately. Like my computer downstairs, I have a big 40-inch monitor, which I loved for a lot of years. But now I have to do all my work on my laptop because it's weird, but that monitor's actually too big for me. I get nausea. Vilmanis or Samaskevich? I mean, I think I think Maurice is giving that spot to Samoskevich. The way he has spoken about things, I think Samoskevich just is going to be given that spot. I don't know. I don't. As long as Samoskevich is healthy, I don't think he's going to get sent back down or anything. So whether or not that's the right move or not, I mean, Samoskevich has earned his opportunity. So, I basically kind of feel like Zito and Maurice might have had a conversation, and it's like, look, put Samoskevich in. If he's not cutting it, I'll find you a veteran for come playoff time, but give him the job and let's see what the kid can do. Because at some point you got to start seeing what some of these guys can do. Let's see here. Colby says, Oilers and Colby, I have not forgotten about your email, brother. I'm going to try to get to it this weekend. I'm just really behind. Oilers and Lightning fans might as well get a room together with the way they are collaborating against us and everyone else in general. Well, we're the champs. We're the champs. Braga says, so far, not impressed with Nate Schmidt on D, but have only seen parts of games. Same simpatico there. Simpatico. But look, let's look at it this way. If for some reason Schmidt isn't what we need, I mean, we played most of the year last year. Belinskas played some games for us. I have every confidence in the world if Belinskas ended up needing to be 6D, that we'd be good to go. You know what I mean? And the same thing, like I said, with the forwards. If you have to get a veteran at the trade deadline, we can do that too. But, I mean, he's going to get his opportunity. We'll see. But yeah, so far most everybody I know kind of is looking at him little queasy. Silva says Lusterine, Lindell, Samoskevich, third line, and Sordev, Giles, Boquist, fourth line is Maurice's worst nightmare. I don't think he's going to have two rookies. Well, he might have to. Right? But if Samoskevich starts the season on that third line, I don't think he'll have Giles start on the fourth line. I think you'll see at center. If you got Samoskevich on the third line already, now you've got your rookie. So I think the fourth line might be like Boquist, Greer, and Gadjevich. Something similar like that. Metal says the takeaways from last night games. Knight looks good. Davies is a beast. Giles is great with the puck. Belinskas is definitely responsible. Schmidt slow. As for defense, and Cooch sucks. There you go. Metal says Schmidt is like if Okpoza was a defenseman. Right. Praga says Belinskas should be on the team. Yeah, I mean he'll be. He's at least made it as 7D. You know what I mean? We'll put it that way. Belinskas got a goal, which is great. Was it? I thought it was. I know. Vilmanis got one. Was it Belinskas that got what had the second goal? I thought I read something else. Praga says I would love to see Dalpe center the fourth line to start the season. That's possible. I think when you take into consideration, well, that could happen if, it was Dalpe in Vilmanis. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was Belinskas. Like I said, Praga, it just depends on if they put Boquist next to Lundell, then you've got room for the one rookie. That would probably be Giles. And then you probably have Dalpe back down. But Dalpe's a player, I mean, he's a borderline guy, but he's very responsible. And that's really all we need. Oh, you're referring to last year, Civil. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Okpozo never got his goal, right? I tried to speak that into existence. It just wouldn't happen. Dude just would never get a goal. But we're down to it now. And then I guess with the game being Saturday, I guess we would expect that the cuts would be made soon, right? I guess we should expect the cuts either today or tomorrow. Well, today's Thursday, so today or tomorrow, right? Hey, Trey says all we need to do is trade for Crosby. I'd rather have Yager back if we're going to have old Penguins. Can Yager be as slow as Okposo? Is it possible that Yager is only as slow as Okposo? Hey, Rosado, how you doing, bud? What was that? I didn't complain enough about Okposo. Yeah, I look. I try to respect my elders. You know, I try to respect my elders. Let's see. Charlie wants to know if I think Forsling is the better. No, yeah, by far and away, he's the best defenseman on the Panthers. Absolutely, 100%. Oh, is that Kenneth? Does anyone see Marc-Andre Fleury preseason prank the other night? No, I didn't see it. I did not see it. Rock says, I'd like to see us pick up Nick Robertson from the Leafs. You know, at some point he's not going to stay in Toronto, and he still has a lot to prove. The perfect Panther who can score. Yeah, I mean, there's just no room, right? There's just no room. If Sam Miskevich makes the team, and is progresses, and we're going to keep him. I'm trying to think of any wingers, any forwards that aren't locked up at that point. I mean, if we lock up for Hagee and Bennett. Hey, X-Fresh, how you doing, bud? How you doing? Hey, did everyone wish Lundell a happy birthday? What is he, like 12 now? Is he a teenager yet? He's 20. He's 23, right? Yeah. Trey says the closest thing he has on his fantasy team to a Panther is Uyghur. Yeah, but you got a keeper league, so you're in good shape. You're in good shape. When Uyghur pulls a Kulikov and comes back to the Panthers years later and wins another cup, he'll be on your keeper league, right? Hey, Kyle. Good morning. Oh, I don't even hear a response. Oh, he must be dragging. I know you hear me. Nothing. Oh, that's not good. Colin says that I see the Bees pick up a goalie off of waivers. No. Colby says running with the Devils has the Panthers beating the Devils in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's very interesting, Colby. At 1:15, my NHL season preview comes out. That's all I'll say about that. Trey says, yeah, that was the problem with it being a keeper league. The best Panthers out there in the draft were like Lundell and Bennett, who are great in real life, but not so much in fantasy. Yeah, no, I get it. I had a girlfriend like that once. Kenneth says Andre Fleury dressed up as one of the ice crew because he wasn't playing. Nice. Chara, I think Talk to Tex might have got you. He asked me if it's possible to see the Panthers go for a third final. Oh, go for a third final in a row. I believe, yeah. I mean, yes. The answer to that question is yes. Trey says Uyghur is the opposite. He's terrible in real life, but actually solid in fantasy. Yeah, that was always Uyghur, because if Uyghur played 60 minutes, it'd be 59 minutes of really solid hockey and then 2 mistakes in 1 minute that cost you the game. Meadow says, I think we all know what former Panther is going to come back to win a cup. That's right. That's exactly right. I says, I bet Jaws has us losing to the Devils. The video is already up. It's not out, but it's already produced. It's already been uploaded. I'm not giving it away. But if you guys watch the season, if you watch my Panthers season preview, that gives you a hint to the NHL season preview. We'll put it that way. Express says, I don't know how to feel about this year. I'm going Tuesday. We're winning. We're fine, brother. We're in good shape. Maurice said everybody came back to camp in better shape than they were last year. Brock says the Bruins picked up a waiver goalie. Hey, Kyle says, I think they've about had it with Swayman. And who would want him for what he's asking? Kyle, wake up. What time did you go to bed? Open the door. Nobody can see you. Don't worry. I don't even think he's paying. He just like groggily walked away. Well, it's early. It's not 1 o'clock yet. So, jeez. We were supposed to go to the gym today. I can see how that's going to work out. Kenneth said, yeah, the spoilers are already out, right? The Weeks weather, the Weeks weather reports, right? Colby, you say you have us losing to the Devils in the Eastern Conference Final. We'll see. Yeah, the thing, I haven't heard anything about Swayman. It just the fact that it's not gotten done every day that it doesn't get done. It's just like, you know, when you're in that, you have a fight with your girlfriend. At some point, if it goes past the 2 days of quiet and the 3 days of quiet, and it starts getting into day 4, day 5, day 6. Now you could be looking at months before everybody recovers from that. So every day that this goes by like this, I mean, if he's like not even signed and on the roster by opening day, I mean, is he being fined, by the way? I guess he's an RFA, so I would think there's not like any fines involved or anything like that. It's just he's just doesn't have a contract, but the Bruins have his rights. I mean, it's just an unbelievable mess, that whole thing. Trey says it ain't getting done. Swayman has been checked out since arbitration. Yeah, well, the Bees have Corpusalo. They do have a Corpus. They do have Corpusalo. But they don't have anybody, as far as I know, in terms of the backup situation of any significance. Roger says Swayman 8 years at $10 million. What if he gets injured and you've got ass for years? I mean, what a little baby! Wow, baby, great goalie, but come down to earth. I don't know if it's him or the agent. That's weird, man. It's really weird the whole way that's going on. Trey says, I get it. I was checked out with the wrestling promotion I was in New Orleans in the last year. There's not a thing they could have done to get me to stay. I was just waiting for my lease to expire. Right. Yep, I get it. Right, and Colby's correct. He says people tend to forget Swayman was god-awful the first quarter of the 22 season and the third quarter of the 23 season. Just watch him in Game 2 and Game 3 against us in the playoffs this last year. It wasn't good. Good, it was good for us. Praga says Swayman may find no team wants anything to do with him. Who wants to pay that kind of Jack? Look at us with Bob. Well, I know. I mean, he may get himself, does Columbus have a goalie? Does Utah, right? The Sharks? Like, there's a few teams that might be like, when you're thirsty, you'll take anything you can, right? Kenneth says Ottawa spent all along to get into the playoffs was to destroy the Bruins in the offseason. ain't no joke. Oh, here we go for medal. Here we go. Let's see. Swayman for Tippett. Knight for Tippett. Okay, wait a minute. Swayman for Tippett. So Swayman is now in Philadelphia. Tippett is in Boston. Knight for Tippett, which now puts Knight in Boston and Tippett with Florida. Swayman for Knight. So that has Tippett in Philadelphia, but Knight in Boston. that still has Spencer Knight in Boston. That's worse. That's worse than Swayman in. Wait, that's still, it doesn't matter. That still has Spencer Knight in Boston. That can't be good. And what do we get? We get Tippett. Let's just wait till Tippett is old, and we'll get him back like Kulikov and win the cup with them then. And then Knight goes to Philly. Oh, and Boston gets Omar back. I can't follow it. I don't want to. Swayman for Tippett. That has Tippett in Boston. Then Knight for Tippett. So now Tippett's in Florida. Knight's in Boston. Swayman for Knight. So that's Knight in Philadelphia. Swayman back in Boston, and then Omar for Swayman. Well, why wouldn't they just do Omar for Swayman? I got it now. I finally got it. Yeah, Praga says Knight could be a very bright light on this team this year. Maybe a few bad games early on, but I could see him going on a heater. Yeah, the important thing with Spencer is for him to understand that if Bob has a couple of bad games and then Spencer comes in and has a couple of good games, this doesn't mean that the job is yours. I'm not criticizing him. I'm not blaming him whatsoever, but I'm sure that back and forth that went on, there were two solid times when most of us were like, okay, the torch is passed, Spencer Knight's the guy, and then they took him out. Trey Metal says Florida gets Tippett that way, also just out of sheer insanity. X says, didn't he have mental stuff earlier? I don't think he was all there. What's it called? OCD? Is that what he had? Yeah, right? It was OCD, right? Obsessive compulsive disorder. The kid was under a lot of weird stress from the very beginning. I'm not going to fault him for that. Within a week of him being drafted, he's immediately blocked by a $10 million goalie and Bubba Broski, right? Bubba Broski, whatever you want to call him, Bob. So, from Knight's point of view at that point, it's like, well, how am I supposed to take that guy's job? And, 7 years, that's a long time. Spencer Knight would have been, in my opinion, ready to, at least be like a Swayman, be a part-time guy. So I says, can we make it through one podcast without mentioning Owen Tippett? Well, I didn't do it. What's going to be funny, Eyes, when it finally happens and the trade is made, like, what is it, 2025 for? So like in the 2028-29 season, when Tippett comes back, well, I'll have like a 6-hour video. It'll be like all the times I talked about Tippett coming back. Metal says no. Yeah, Beer League says Swayman trying to set the goalie market, pay up for Knight. Knight already has $4.5 million. It's not like Knight's on a entry-level deal or anything. Spencer Knight's already got $4.5 million, right? Adonis says he's also the 11th overall pick, so he has to prove himself and the staff that he can be the backup. I don't disagree with you there, Adonis. I just think that he got mixed messages because there was a couple of times when Bob was not playing well at all. And there were multiple times when Bob either got sick or injured or wasn't playing well, and Spencer came in and would win 4 in a row, 5 in a row, and look really good. And I'm sure at that point he starts to think, okay, maybe I'm the guy now. And then as soon as Bob was ready again, put Bob back in and send Spencer back down. There's a reason why 20-year-old goalies usually aren't the backup. They need to play. You know what I mean? That's a hard spot for a guy to be in. That's the one smart thing that Boston did with Swayman was they just said 1A, 1B, and I mean, I think last year was like almost every other game, right? Frank says Swayman sucks. Corpusalo is better. Yeah, for us. That's right. We always do well against Corpusalo. Yeah. Yeah. Mel says, I think Knight will have a boost in confidence, especially since he'll have to play around 30 games this year because of our schedule. I mean, that's about right, 30, 35, right? You don't want to run Bob out to dry. We need him for the playoff run. Was it 14 back-to-backs, 12 or 14? What was that number Maurice said? I mean, that's 7 games right there. I think it was 14. So if there's 7 out of those 14, that leaves us with 68 other games. So even if you split the other 68, 41 and 34, 41 for Bob, 34 for Spencer. Now that would get 41 and 41. Hey, True, how you doing, Nick? I says, watch Corpusalo shut us out now, right? No, Frank, it's not Corpusalo that's going to have a Vezina year. It's going to be Olmark. It's going to be Olmark. That's the narrative arc that we're on. And Olmark will have a Vezina season. Yeah. Kenneth says when Washington crashes, pick up Tom Wilson at the deadline. I wouldn't be against that. Wouldn't be against that. I kind of agree with Nick. I think Lundell is going to have a good season. Apparently, Maurice wants to use Lundell and Lusterine a little bit more on the PK and Barkhoff and Reinhardt less on the PK, which makes sense because of minutes, right? So we'll have to make sure that we'll have to see that those guys, we might be able to see some shorties, right? So hopefully that goes well. But that's smart. That's smart on Maurice's point. You don't want to run out Barkhoff and Reinhardt too much. You wait that for the playoffs, right? Trey says, I guess you saw Tom Wilson would immediately be your favorite Panther. Hey, that's right. True's a member now, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let me take a sip of water here real quick. Hey, Nick, how's the music channel? How's your music channel going? Nothing's been coming up on my feed, but the YouTube algorithm is just, I mean, Nick and I from Twisted Wrister talk about this all the time. I don't know if it's specific to hockey or whatnot, but it's just like I could watch one of his videos all the way through and the algorithm just don't bring me anything else, right? Like other channels you watch and the algorithm keeps bringing you that channel over and over again. With guys like, with the hockey channels, I mean, there's some guys I like to watch a lot of and the algorithm just doesn't bring it to me. We need a Lomberg-Rempe fight. Well, Lomberg's in Calgary now. So there's that. Trey says, my favorite Panther as a kid was Worrell, and until recently it was Gudis. Wilson was my kind of guy. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not. You can just barely see it. But see the card here? The card there. Oh, that's the stick. There's a hockey stick right there that's signed by Peter Worrell. So Trey, I'll sell it to you for $1,500. $1,500. Okay. I gotta pay my electric bill. And don't make me prove that the electric bill was $1,500 either. I'm a month behind. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm not selling this stick. Who was it that sent me? I still got the box, by the way. I still got the box that the sticks were sent in. I feel terrible. I know who it was. Don't make me walk over there and look at the box. Thank you again for the sticks, the Worrell sticks. And there was another stick. I got it around here somewhere. Where? Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the community post that I put out yesterday my daughter made me, it's a late birthday present. My daughter got me made me a custom made shirt where it's Fluffy as a puppy playing with a panther. It just made me cry for like 10 minutes. Electric bill is $1,500. That's 2 months. But yes. Yeah, it's 2 months. The power company around here is really, really weird. You can't call them and you cannot call the power company and be like, hey, I'm going to be late. Can we make payment arrangements? The answer they're going to give you is no. You have to be 60 days late, and then we'll make payment arrangements with you. They won't just like, hey, I'm going to be late. Let's make an arrangement. I have to wait until I'm 60 days late, and then they send me a notice, and then I can call them back and say, can we make an arrangement now? And then they're like, yeah, now. And so it's just, so the bill is $1,500 because the arrangement I'll be able to make, I'll actually get a month off. But if I pay, it's backwards. It's completely backwards than common sense. If I pay anything, then I can't make payment arrangements because it proves I can pay something. So I have to not pay it. So I get 60 days behind, so that then they'll take the $1,500 and they'll spread it out like $100 a month over however long it is. But if I'm not 60 days behind, they won't do it. So that's why the bill is $1,500. So it's stupid. And even the guy on the phone was like, yes, this is stupid, but this is the way we do it. So like, okay. Trey says, my power company here in Texas will shut you off if you're 30 days late. Well, there's particular advantages depending on the politics of whatever state you live in. You know what I mean? There's good and bad either way. So let's see. I need to turn off the AC and just do the podcast naked. Start my OnlyFans. It's a 3,400 square foot house. It just takes a lot. The power here in Maryland is expensive. It just is what it is. Trey says my tiny apartment goes over 200 in the summer months. Yeah. Did True ask about? Hold on, Trey, hold on a second. Yeah, it's not in frame. I'm scrolling back up because I missed a bunch of comments. So Nick says he's finishing the studio, had a lot of setbacks. I'll be getting back again soon when I move everything back in. That's cool. I just wanted to make sure you weren't making videos and YouTube wasn't sending it to me. Yeah, let me see if I can get the stick. Hold on a second. Here, I'll move the laptop. There's the stick. There it is. You can see it there. I got a new webcam. It's a little bit of a different it's a little bit of a wider view, but it's not as tall. So, all right, let me get the chat back here. Let's get all the way to the bottom here. Oh, true. Yeah, right. Oh, the power is back. Good, Civil. Good. Yeah, Nick, you're saying you got a parasite? Oh, okay, that makes sense. You clean the locker rooms at the gym. That makes sense. Yeah, the ivermectin is, I've taken it, but it is not for the meek. It is not for the meek. Let's just put it that way. If you have anything, if you have any kind of parasite or bug or something, and you take that, you're gonna get better, but you're gonna know it. You're gonna know it. Spaceman wants to know if I'm watching the banner raising ceremony. I was actually asking Spaceman, is it going to be streamed? Is it going to be on TV? I actually asked that question earlier. I didn't see if anybody answered me. If it's going to be on, I definitely want to. Oh, the banner raising. I'm thinking the ring ceremony. I think you're asking the ring ceremony is on the 7th, Spaceman. Now I'm getting confused. The banner raising is on October 8th at the game. But the 7th is the ring ceremony. Trey, I'm not responding. Trey is trying to get me canceled. Trey said it, not me. Look at that. Jeez. No wonder I had to quit the football channel. Metal, the camera angle changed a little bit because I was showing Peter Worrell's stick. I was showing the stick. And then Trey's busy trying to get me canceled. Trey is dead. Trey's trying to get me canceled so he can take over the damn channel. Jesus. Yeah, it is. It is. Now I got to walk over here. Hold on a second. I still got the box. Now that we're talking about it, I got to give whoever sent this to me credit because I don't remember who it was. But I got the box. Hold on. Oh shit, I can't read that. From Vic, no. Ah, damn it. The name on the box is just from the UPS place that packed it up. So whoever it was that sent that to me last year, I apologize that I don't remember exactly who it was. But thank you again for the Peter Worrell stick and the couple of other sticks that are going to come in handy this year with some skits. So there's that. Eyes. Juice wants to know, I'm here to find out where the new fluffy puppy is. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. I need to go a full year. I need to heal. I need to heal. I mean, Colin and I are still in the next few days taking the 3 dogs' graves and combining it into one. I haven't not had a dog since age 26. I keep forgetting if it's 25 or 26. I can't figure out the math. But I need a timeout. You know what I mean? I lost 3 dogs in 4 years, and that's enough. I need a timeout. I don't want to take all of everything that went into what I just went through and like I'm putting all that pain and putting it into this new dog. I don't want to do that. So, and I kind of figure it would be disrespectful for Fluffy to just be like, hey, new season, new dog. It's like, no, that don't feel right either. So I think pretty much for sure that I'm gonna go a full year, and then no guarantee of a new one coming after that. But I feel like out of respect, it would be right for Ellie and Fluffy to just go straight through a full year without somebody new. So true. No, it is not what I take for my vision. That's a whole detox program, whatever that I take for the vision. No, I only had to take the ivermectin like twice when I had COVID, and I'd rather have COVID. I'd rather just stick it out with COVID. Yeah, not that it's bad, but it does the job. But it just tore my stomach up, something fierce, and it was just too long before my stomach came back. True says, yeah, I know, right? I know when it's right to get a new dog. Yeah. And like I said, I got to travel. I got to go see my father and everything so there's that. True. You say you felt great on it. Once you've taken it and it flushes out whatever's in your stomach. Yeah. But depending on what's in your stomach, everybody's got a different level of candida, different level of SIBO. So depending on what's in your stomach, which these hockey people have no idea what I'm talking about. If you take ivermectin, just have some Pepto-Bismol ready. That's all I can say. So what do we got? We got Saturday, and then that's it, right? What time is that game on Saturday? So it's at 7:00. That's the one where is that? Where are they playing at? I know we're traveling. Where's that game on Saturday? Afternoon podcast with Dr. Jaws. Hey Derek, how you doing, bud? And then that's it, man. Yeah, Quebec City. Thank you, Jameson. Thank you. I couldn't. For some reason, Madrid kept coming to my mind, and I'm like, I know the game's not in Madrid, you dumbass. So don't say that. But I almost said it a couple of times. I don't know why, but yeah. Oh, that's where they wanted us to relocate a few years ago. So they're like, here you go, Quebec. Instead of a hockey team, we'll just, yeah. So we got to be all the way out there on the 5th, and the first game is on the 8th. They didn't do us any favors. What's the first few games of the season look like? Look at that. Let's see. Obviously, we start off Tuesday the 8th against the Bruins, and then that's at home, and then we immediately go on the road for 4 games. So we got the Bruins on the 8th, and then at Ottawa on the 10th. So, geez. Right off the bat, we get the Brady Tkachuk, Nick Cousins game. Then we got at the Sabres on the 12th. What? We play Saturday, October 12th at 7 o'clock at the Sabres. For whatever reason, Monday, October 14th at 1 o'clock at Boston. So the quite literal 4th game of the year is what? Oh, my God. I don't know why I didn't notice this before. The 4th game of the year is 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Boston. And then the following day on Tuesday, we're at Columbus. So we got an afternoon game, and then I guess we'll travel, and then we got Columbus the next day. So that is going to be that is going to be funky on my schedule, that's for sure. But obviously, we're still doing it. And then we come home, and we got some Western teams at home after that. We got the Canucks, the Knights, the Wild, and then we go right back out on the road. Rangers, Islanders, Sabres, and we got another one. We got another one. So the other one was Columbus Day, Jameson. You're saying that, right? Yeah, good point. Will Kyle be able to get up in time? That's a really good point. November 1st. What is this crap? Wait a minute. This one's even worse. November 1st. We're at the Stars at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day, I'm not making this up. The next day, we play the Stars back in Florida at 11 a.m. Oh, that's the Finland thing, right? Is it Finland or Sweden? That's the trip. That's what that is. Geez, so we got to travel all the way out there. That's the Finland one, right? So we got to travel all the way out there. We got a 1 o'clock game, and then the next morning, 11 o'clock game. So it's not traveling, though. We're already in the same spot. And then we get that game's on the 2nd, and then we got the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th off, and then we're at home against Nashville on the 7th. So, all right, that's not too bad. When I first saw that with the 2 Dallas games, I'm like, come on, man, that's on purpose. They're trying to kill us. Yeah, 11 a.m. That's what it shows me here. November 1st is 1 p.m. and November 2nd is 11 a.m. So that's got to be 11 a.m. our time. Yeah, that's what it says. So good luck to us. Jeez. So, I mean, it's early on in the season, and we have those 4 or 5 days off after that, so we should be okay. But what's interesting is we got Boston, and then we got Ottawa. So if Swayman had been playing, we would have played Swayman game 1 and Omar game 2. But instead, we're going to obviously get Corpusalo. So there's that. Yeah, Eastern Standard, 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So, Yeah, that's a good point, guys. I got to tell Kyle those nights. I mean, we've already talked about it. You know, he needs to be in bed at like 2 instead of 4. You know what I mean? He's got to push it back a little bit. But geez, I'm tired just thinking about that. And that screws with the reviews, right? Because this podcast will still be at noon, but not on the days when the game is at 1 or at 11, right? So I guess that's actually less content on me, because instead of having a noon podcast and then the game at night, the games are basically at noon. So actually, I like that. Let's play them all at 1. Right. All right. Now that's going to do it for this week. Tomorrow, Kyle and I are going to be doing our, we're going to be doing the dog's graves. We got the soil in the van. We got to carry it around. And then tomorrow, we got to lay it all out, lay out the bricks, get everything together. I'm filming it all as we're doing it. And he wants to put in some tulip bulbs. So that'll be good, because that way they'll be annual. They'll come up every spring. So we'll have a few fall foliage, flowers, and plants in there, but then mostly it'll just be the grave markers came in. I still got to open up the box. So I think we're good there. And then we'll have that done by, I guess by Saturday. Everything will be done and planted. And then all I got to do is finish up the game 1, the opening day recap intro. And that's it. The defense of the Stanley Cup begins. All right, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you all for being here. And within 1:15, at 1:15, my NHL season preview prediction is scheduled to come out. So that'll be that. True, yeah. Send me something, but I can't plant it until fall. Because by late November here, we're freezing. So I can't plant anything now, but I could plant it in spring for sure. Yep. All right, everybody. Appreciate it all. And I will see you mañana.